with the Niners right now, I mean, I think there was a major fatigue factor the past 2 games. They went to New England, crushed the Patriots, came back and had to play in Seattle after that. I think that's a scheduled loss in a lot of ways. And then after that, after back-to-back road trips to have to play Thursday night football without Kendrick Bourne, Brandon Ayuk, and Trent Williams, who you thought would play and were in your game plan, and you had to scratch them from it the night before, I think that's also a scheduled loss. Yeah. Now you got 11 days to prepare and rest up to play the Saints, who are excellent, and you're on the road, but I don't think that's a scheduled loss. It's a tough game, but they have extra time to prepare. They have one of the best coaches in the league. They have good players coming back. They should be able to put their best foot forward next week. Again, I don't know that means that they're going to win, but they should be able to compete in a way that they didn't last week.
After all, I think that the Saints have much more weaknesses than the Seahawks right now. And
Saints have no defense.
And last year, what I learned about Kyle Shanahan is at his best, he will just punish those weaknesses. Yeah. And what I expect from him is that he will punish the mistakes and the weaknesses of the New Orleans Saints. And if he doesn't, then I will start to think about him, how good he is really as a head coach.
Agreed.
How perfect is his mentality right now.
I'm eager to see Nick Mullins with Raheem Mostert. I don't think they've only played together one time, and it was Mullins' first start against the Raiders. It went pretty well. Raheem Mostert broke his arm and didn't finish the game. Seems to me that part of the reason Jimmy Garoppolo has had success here is he always gets to play with all the playmakers, usually. And Nick Mullins usually comes in and plays with Dante Pettis and Trent Taylor and things like that. So I would like to see Nick Mullins play with Deebo Samuel, Raheem Mostert, basically the full deck of cards, except for George Kittle this coming week. Yeah. I'm excited to see it. I really do. Because everyone just writes off Nick Mullins because it's like every Niner fan's favorite thing to do without giving him all the excuses they give Jimmy Garoppolo. And for the Niners to make the playoffs, they're going to need Nick Mullins to play well, play better than he did last game. And he was set up to – the whole team was set up to fail against the whatever game. Who did they play? The Packers? I hated that game. God, that game was awful.
So true. I hated that too.
Yeah. And, one thing about Kyle, we've talked about him today and his lack of leadership and how he kind of sets up Nick to fail, and he can be subversive at times. I don't know if it's that or it's just that Kyle gives up on the gadget stuff when he doesn't have Deebo Samuel, which is a mistake. But anyway, what Kyle said yesterday in his press conference, I liked. He had a conference call, and some of the members of the media don't like Nick Mullins and are team CJ and are constantly, after a Nick Mullins bad start, they're like, so Kyle, are you considering going back to CJ and giving him another look like we haven't seen CJ a million times? And Kyle said, you know what? No, we're sticking with Nick. I mean, I like CJ, but I'm not going to keep bouncing back and forth. And for the fact of the matter was, that was not Nick Mullins' fault last night. I like that because after the Eagles game, I felt that Kyle Shanahan didn't really have Nick Mullins back at all. And his attitude and message to the team was, it's Nick's fault. You guys are still good. It's Nick's fault. Let's move on. And we saw what that led to the next week against the Dolphins. It wasn't Nick's fault. The Niners had bigger issues they needed to address, and they are now. So a part of me feels like they're really going to come out smoking next week against the Saints.
Yeah, I feel that as well.
Yeah.
Somehow I'm pretty positive. I'm more positive than I was when Jimmy was the starter, and it isn't because I hate Jimmy or something like that, but I see the mistakes that Jimmy has, and I think that right now in this offense with Kyle Shanahan, Nick Mullins can be more successful. And I'm not necessarily saying that we will stick with Nick Mullins, and I don't mind that he is going to be the franchise quarterback, but right now he is the best option that this team has.
And if they can just get Deebo, Raheem Mostert, Brandon Ayuk, Trent Williams on the field with that gadget offense game plan that Jimmy Garoppolo benefits from, this Niners team can make the playoffs. I'd like to see it happen.